Happy New Year from Chalkline Crime. In this special educational video, we will discuss 3 New Year's true crime stories. In our first case, we travel to the closing hours of 2016, where a chilling tale unfolded in the vibrant city of Campinas, Brazil. A tale of a New Year's Eve that would forever be etched in the annals of this city's history. Sidney Ramos de Araujo, a man of 46 years, would become the harbinger of this nightmarish episode. As the clock ticked towards the dawn of a new year, Araujo, a seemingly ordinary man, was plotting a course that would shock a nation. His targets? Innocent revelers, unsuspecting of the horror that was about to be unleashed upon them. As the festive atmosphere filled the air, Araujo armed himself, not with fireworks to celebrate the coming year, but with a weapon designed to snuff out life. The fateful hour arrived, and Araujo, driven by a dark and inexorable force, opened fire. One by one, the victims fell, their joyous celebrations turning into a scene of unspeakable horror. 10 people were brutally shot down, their lives cruelly snuffed out before the first dawn of the new year. In the aftermath of this gruesome incident, the city of Campinas was plunged into a state of shock and mourning. The festive air was replaced by a somber silence, as people struggled to comprehend the magnitude of the tragedy that had unfolded. Araujo's horrific act served as a stark reminder of the dark underbelly of human nature, capable of turning moments of joy into scenes of unspeakable horror. The incident forced the city, and indeed the nation, to confront the harsh realities of gun violence and the urgent need for effective measures to prevent such incidents. As we remember the victims of that fateful New Year's Eve, we also reflect on the lessons that this incident has taught us. The need for vigilance, for understanding, and for measures that can help prevent such tragedies from occurring in the future. In the wake of this incident, the city of Campinas and its people have shown remarkable resilience. They have come together in their grief, turning their sorrow into a powerful force for change. They have vowed to ensure that the lives lost on that New Year's Eve will not be in vain, but will serve as a catalyst for positive change. The incident in Campinas is a painful reminder of the fragility of life and the urgent need to address the issues that can lead to such devastating outcomes. As we move forward, let us remember the victims, and let their memory guide us towards a future where such tragedies are a thing of the past. In our second case, have you ever pondered what could drive someone to commit an unthinkable act against their own family member? On a chilling New Year's Eve in 2014, a shocking crime occurred in Oldsmar, Florida, that left the town and the nation stunned. Christian Gomez, a seemingly ordinary man, turned into a perpetrator of a heinous crime. The day had begun like any other, but as the clock ticked away the final hours of the year, a dark shadow loomed over the Gomez household. As the sun set, Christian's actions took a grim turn. He brutally murdered his own mother, a crime that would shatter the peace of the small Floridian town. The details of the crime were as horrifying as they were perplexing. What could push a man to such an extreme? What darkness had been brewing inside Christian Gomez that night, turning him into a cold-blooded killer? The crime scene painted a terrifying picture. Christian had not only murdered his mother, but had also beheaded her, a chilling detail that sent shockwaves through the community. It was a gruesome act, one that seemed to belong in the pages of a horror novel, rather than the quiet streets of Oldsmar. Following the murder, Christian fled the scene, leaving behind a trail of blood and horror. But the law was swift. Police apprehended him shortly after, putting an end to his brief run from justice. The aftermath of this chilling incident left a deep scar on the community. The residents of Oldsmar were left grappling with the gruesome reality of what had transpired within their peaceful town. In retrospect, Christian Gomez's heinous crime on New Year's Eve of 2014 was a shocking reminder of the darkness that can reside in the human heart. The incident, as horrifying as it was, served as a stark wake-up call, a grim testament to the hidden demons that can drive a person to commit such an unthinkable act. As we wrap up, let this harrowing tale be a reminder of the importance of mental health and the devastating consequences when it's neglected. For behind the facade of a normal man named Christian Gomez lurked a disturbed mind that led to an act of unimaginable horror. A chilling narrative indeed that unfolded on a fateful New Year's Eve in Oldsmar, Florida. In our final case of this video, picture this. The clock strikes midnight, ringing in the new year of 2017. But in the heart of Daytona Beach, the festive cheers are silenced by a chilling event that unfolds. 32-year-old Robert Mazzaros, a man seemingly ordinary, spirals into an act of horrifying violence. It's a cold New Year's Eve in 2016. The streets of Daytona Beach, typically buzzing with life and laughter, are brimming with anticipation for the year ahead. But unbeknownst to the merry crowds, a sinister plot is taking shape in the shadows. Enter Robert Mazzaros, a man of 32 years who, until that night, had been just another face in the crowd. But as the rest of the world is counting down to a fresh start, Mazzaros is planning a terrifying end. As the first fireworks light up the night sky, Mazzaros strikes. In a horrifying blur, the joyous cheers of celebration are replaced with screams of terror, turning the festive night into a chilling nightmare. The aftermath is grim. The festive streets are now a crime scene. The three victims, including his own fiancée, who minutes ago were rejoicing the new beginnings, are now left with multiple non-life-threatening injuries. Robert Mazzaros, the ordinary man, is now a violent attacker. When police arrived, they said Mazzaros tried to take off on foot. After they caught up with him, officers were approached by a second stabbing victim, Megan Milks. When police arrived, they said Mazzaros tried to take off on foot. After they caught up with him, officers were approached by a second stabbing victim, Megan Milks. The heinous act of violence casts a dark shadow over the city, turning the New Year's hope into despair. Mazzaros was charged with 3 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. His bond was set at $30,000. It is unclear the status of his case at the time of this video. This chilling tale of New Year's Eve 2016 is a grim reminder of the thin line between normality and madness. It's a testament to the unpredictability of life, where a festive celebration can turn into a horrifying ordeal in the blink of an eye.